Good morning. My name's Kevin Wheeler. I'm the Safety Director here at Farris Fab and Machine Company. Farris Fab and Machine Company has been in operation since 1979. The company's been here in Cherville for a little over 10 years now.
Hi, I am Rich Perrott. I'm a machining engineer here at Farris Fab and Machine. Farris Fab and Machine offers many types of jobs, everything from material handlers, shipping, all the way to skilled labor such as machinists, welders, fabricators, and then there is also the engineering side. We also employ different types of engineers, from mechanical, manufacturing, and process engineers. One of the duties of the process engineer is mainly process improvement, or how to actually manufacture a part from a manufacturer's prints. The machining engineers often, their duties include CNC programming, which is computer numerical controlled machinery, and our lasers also employ programmers for our lasers and for our press brakes.
Good morning. This is our engineering department here at Farris Fab. One of their jobs, of which there are many, is when the orders come in for parts, they will set them up for our M1 system, which is our system that runs production through the shop floor. They will actually draw the part first, where it can be cut on the laser, run through press brake, whatever it takes. We are now in our customer relations. This is our lead customer relations. The bulk of his job is dealing with customers and also bringing in potential and new customers. This is the office of our time study guru. Part of his job is also engineering, setting up parts, but the bulk of his job and time we like to use to set rates for parts on the floor. Our estimating office. When a customer has a part that they want us to manufacture for them, they'll send in a quote. That quote usually consists of how many parts they want, how many they're going to use in a year's time, and a print of the part. The print is then taken by these ladies and gentlemen and broken down into its subcomponents, figured out what it takes to laser cut it, what it takes to form it, and set a fixed rate so that we know that we're making profit on the parts. We are now in our HR and accounting department. If you were looking for a job in this department, there again, you would need people skills and a lot of math skills. We're now in the office of the quality director here at Farris Fab and Machine. His job is to oversee all of the quality of all of the parts that go through the shop and out to the customers to make sure that we're making what the customer wants. We are in the office of the COO of the company. And CFO. Man with many hats. His job is basically to ensure the company's stability and make sure that we all still have a job come tomorrow.
A company's only as good as its people, and we have put together the best group of people that I can imagine. I wouldn't want to change the folks that we have working for us. And that's a team effort, and it's my job to make sure that that team stays together and does well. And I think everybody should be looking for that kind of an organization when they're looking for a job.
A robotic welder works much more efficiently than a manual welder. The robot is going to put its weld in the same place every time because it's programmed in to do that. These type jobs you could come into right out of high school. We do training here. It's basically only learning how to clamp the parts in place and how to set up the machine so that it'll weld where you want it to weld. We're now in our laser department. The machine that you're getting ready to watch run, this is the part that it made. Could you imagine having to mill all these slots and pieces in this part? It would take you the better part of a couple hours. The laser's gonna cut it in a matter of minutes. Mill operators would be a job that you can come into out of high school, but would be one of those jobs that you would probably need at least a 2-year college, and not necessarily a 2-year degree, but a milling certificate or something that would give you a baseline of CNC programming, a concept of what a mill and a lathe do. And then you could come in here and you would probably start on a manual and move up to a CNC. We're in our press brake area right now. Looks complicated, but with the programming in the machine, it actually tells you the backstop set for each bend. It tells you what order to make which bend, whether to flip the part, turn the part. It's a good job to come into. We're now in our assembly department. The operation that you saw was stamping. Some of our customers asked that we stamp a part number on every part, and that was the job that you just saw. Some of this department's other jobs that they do are they'll put on foam, rubber, gasket, insulation. They'll bolt parts together. This is a good entry-level job into the shop. Once you're in the shop, like I said before, the sky's the limit. We're now in our welding, our manual welding department. These are highly skilled jobs. We have brought welders in and trained from the ground up, but most of our welders have at least went through a college welding program, or we have had welders in here that were through the high school welding program. The cleanup department here at Farris Fab is another good entry-level job. It really shouldn't be cleanup, it should be called the cosmetic department, because it's their job to make the part clean and presentable for the customer. They'll round down welds, knock off weld splatter and things like that. That would be a good entry-level job here. We also have material handlers here. Fork truck driving is one of the entry-level positions here. You will have to pass a written and driving test for the forklift before you get your license.
Farris Fab and Machine, we produce a variety of machined and fabricated items. As you can see, I have some laid out in front of me. We work with a variety of materials, from metals to plastic, polyurethane foam, and even wood at times. Yes, at Farris Fab and Machine, many people come in as base employees, as operators, material handlers. We will do on-the-job training where they can advance up through the positions. And we have actually had several that have started with no skills, and they came in and now they are in programming and engineering positions. One of the first steps to gaining employment at Farris Fab and Machine would be to fill out an application. You can either do that in person or online through our website. And once on the job, there is plenty of opportunity, and that is up to the individual as far as advancement. We do work with Apprenticeship 321 program through the Gaston College.